KTW. KTW.
Sip the juice. I got enough to go around.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So extra.
we here.
Oh,
Season
God.
1 finale.
Oh, Lord.
Quarantine and rap. We here,
God
ladies
dang.
and gentlemen.
Are we here,
Oh
really?
man,
Are we really here?
yes. The time has come.
That's what she said.
Hey, McNasty. All right. Katie, please bring in our special guest.
I mean, damn, she getting a little intro before I bring her?
Bring in our special guest. Let's get this popping.
Damn, I don't like how
The
she just
excitement
did
is
that.
there. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the season 1 finale of Quarantine and Rap. I go by the name of Ray Pearson. The genius behind the curtains, for the most part, is KDK Visuals, KDK Photography, Ivy Productions, Warzone. Jesus Christ, there's so many things to shout this woman out about. If anybody who's tuned in for the past couple months has give this woman her flowers, because Quarantine and Rap wouldn't have been anything had it not been for the massive amount of help from KDK. Thank you so much, Katie.
You welcome, but my most important role is Ray's manager.
That too. That's another title I forgot to throw out there, because there's so many hats that Katie wears. But tonight is the season 1 finale, Quarantine and Rap, and I was a guest recently on this woman's show, on this woman's platform, and the vibe was so incredibly dope. And you know shit is dope when time flies. And it was only right to continue that. So without further ado, please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey, well, congratulations on your season 1 and your finale. I'm Tori indeed, and I came to Quarantine and Rap. What you think of that?
Hey,
like, I'm kidding. I don't even know why I said that. I'm just being goofy. I'm really goofy for those who don't know me. And I'm only goofy with people that I vibe with. So obviously, I vibe with Ivy Productions, Katie Productions, aka all that, and so I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much. I didn't even think of doing that. I just can't, I don't know. I was just being goofy. It's like friends hanging out.
Woo!
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm Tori indeed, media personality and specialist, creator of Vibe to Vibe, available on Universe Network Television and Roku TV, as well as other dope platforms, licensed with ASCAP, BMIC, SEC, and Sound Exchange. Hey.
Yo, Tori, thank you so much for joining me for the season 1 finale.
Thank you for letting me be geeked out.
Yeah.
This is, you know what I mean? The floor is yours, as I've said it in the very beginning. Like,
Thank you.
The Quarantine and Rap is for the creators. It's for people to be themselves. I never liked the traditional formula of interviews.
I agree.
That whole send me a bio. If I ask anybody to send me a bio, I'm just gonna pick things out of there and create questions around certain things and listen to what you gotta say and pull stuff from there, because eventually everything just ties back together. But Tori, when did your journey begin?
At a very young age. I was probably like between 4 and 6 years old. If you really wanna dive down to like my story, I was doing this since I was a kid. I grew up in a Latino household in Jersey, mixed with diversity, surrounded by diversity. And
what's your ethnicity?
I am Peruvian.
Okay.
Really?
Mixed Peruvian. You know, and I was surrounded by different types of genres, different types of music. I even participated in the arts. I love music. I was a ballerina, a gymnast, a hip hop dancer. I did talent shows, won talent shows. So I've been within the entertainment and arts since I was very young. But I always encourage my friends, my childhood friends, to, if they could sing, to sing, if they could rap, to rap. Even I was rapping and freestyling with them back in the day at my house parties. So I was throwing house parties and mini showcases right in my living room without even knowing that's what it would be considered today. So I've been doing this.
She had the whole house party, yo.
What?
She had a whole house party.
Tori, you was out here kid and playing it. You had the kid and play dance down pat.
Oh my gosh. I still do that with my me and my girl Tone. We still you'll see us one day at an event or whatever. Sometimes we bust out with these old school moves.
Yo, but you know what's crazy, yo, that when I see something like that, or even like when I see people like breakdancing, it just feels like yo, I'm at home. Cause you know, we grew up watching House Party, we grew up around that culture of that hip hop culture, breakdancing, the old school moves, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even mind like if someone just came out with, yo, just do the Harlem Shake. One time for the culture. Did a little shit right here.
My footwork is I don't know. It's but back then my footwork, the crazy legs, the percolator, all that, I was doing.
Percolator. Yo, what was the one dance that you would say is like, yo, if I have to pull this card out, this is gonna be like the end of You Got Served.
Yo. Obviously the heel toe, but then into the crazy legs.
Oh, damn!
That would be my finale.
Damn, like yo, don't make me serve you. Serve you this heel toe.
That reminds me, I was in a high school. I had to transfer out, and I was the new girl in the school. I knew a lot of people there already, but some people didn't know me, and I don't know how it came about. Somebody in the class was like, "Oh, you know, she could dance, like talking about me." And, you know, I'm just being low key. I'm trying not to get into any trouble. And they were like, "You can't dance. Do not call me out. Like, don't." So that reminded me of a time where like, oh, I gotta show these people like that I can dance. Like, I don't even know why. I was just like, oh, okay. I just got up. So they started beating on the desk and I was just busting out some moves and it was crazy. And then they made it a dance competition. And that ended up serving her. Like, what's up?
Damn.
Oh, we became cool afterwards.
And how was your experience in high school? Like, I know for me, going into high school as a freshman, my older brother was the nicest rapper there, you know, in the school. So my thing is, like, it was pretty much like he was on his way out, and so I was basically in there, like, yo, like when he leaves, the crown stays over here. So, like, how was your experience in high school as far as like whether it been media, dancing, or you have to occasionally bring out a 16?
So no, I mean, all the schools I've been to, even from middle school onto secondary into high school, there was always talent around me. And whether it was on the lunch table, we were making beats, whether it was in music class, I used to play instruments as well. So no matter what, I was surrounded by talent. So whether it was a 16 or some whack rhymes. Like we were all participating, you know. And some people are really dope, and they're actually pursuing music as an independent artist, and it's just so dope because when we tell our stories, it's just like, yo, when I first launched my first show, you submitted music to my platform, didn't know it was me. And I didn't know it was you until I looked at your picture. You know what I mean? That's so crazy because everybody has stage names or whatnot now.
Yeah.
And or they've changed their name or what they go by. So it's just dope being part of people's experience, people's story. And I mean, I've always been surrounded by talent, and there's always talent, and it's a shame that people just let it go to waste. Like, I get it. Our parents want us to go to school. They want us to finish high school and graduate, or even some parents wanted their children to pursue college. Like, I get it, but don't neglect your talent.
Right.
You know, I see
at
my
least give it a chance.
Full of potential. I see my friends' kids so talented, and every time I see them, I'm like, I make them dance for me. Till this day, I still do the same thing. Like, I still encourage the youth to showcase their talent.
And would you say that were you one of the popular heads in high school?
I was. I mean, only, and I think it was only because I was cool with everybody. Like, whether you were part of the popular crowd, I would still say what's up to everybody, sit with everybody. Sometimes I would sit at my lunch table. Sometimes I'll sit at somebody else's lunch table. And that was just me, you know? And I think it was dope because there's people that, and the thing is, like, my music taste is not genre specific. I listen to everything from hip hop, old school, rap, rock music, metal. Like, I listen to everything. And so there are divisions, or people are divided, unfortunately. Right. You know, you got the people that listen to rock over there. You got the gospel table over there, you know?
Yeah.
And I would just vibe with everybody.
Yeah, like I in high school, that's kind of like how I was. I got along with almost anybody from any crowd. But my thing is, like, though the crowds, like, when it was lunchtime, they all grouped up and they all went off to whether they went to the pizzeria or the close by cafeteria. Like, my thing is, once I stood in front of the school, I don't care who was around. As long as everybody's getting along, then I welcomed it. I wouldn't, group specific. It's like, yo, like, if if we all chilling out, then we all chilling out. Doesn't matter what you're into, doesn't matter what you listen to. That's just how I am. Like, I was never the standout, but I was more so like welcoming. Like that wasn't me. Never was, and still to this day it never is.
Right.
But
like, same here. Like, I was that kid that brought their boombox to school all the time, and even though we kind of technically weren't allowed to.
Right.
And I was that person to, like, encourage people, and I was also, although I speak positive and I am a positive person, I did come to altercations with people because I would stand up for other people. I used to fight the bullies. And people would be like, oh, you're a bully. I'm like, no, I'm beating up the bullies or fighting the bullies. Like, what do you mean? Right. And but other than that, like, I didn't have any issues with anybody. And I wasn't really, unless you were a bully, like, I would put you in your place and be like, chill. Like, that's not right,
And
but
how would you?
Just like you, not group specific, not genre specific.
Right. And, like, how would you even how would you even identify yourself as, like, you got disc jockeys, you got hoes, media, like if you could sum up who you are under one label, not because you need to be under a label, but it's like, how you're like, oh, I would prefer you,
like a category.
Right. Like, I would prefer you categorize me here rather than making it seem like I'm only this.
Right. Well, first and foremost, I am myself. I am human. And I say that all the time, because I'm not perfect. But right now, what I'm categorizing myself as is personality.
There you go, personality. All right. And being that you say you started at a very young age, growing up, who were the people that you looked up to, that and to become a personality, like who are the people that you like, wow, like I want to do what she's doing or he's doing, but like who were your inspirational mentors?
Um, it wasn't more of a personality. It was more music.
Okay.
I believe music saved lives and music saved me. But I mean, I used to be a huge dancer. I used to do choreography. I was like into this hip hop crew and all that. I love Missy Elliott. You know, she's very outspoken, very diverse,
Mm-hmm.
and her style is her style, and she don't care what people think about her. Um, those kind of things. Or I'm a big jazz listener, so even like Carlos Santana, like
Yes.
like it's just so beautiful how my soul connects with his music, and it was just like motivating. Like, wow, like I would love to just talk to him. So his music, even at a young age, it was just like, oh, I just want to meet this dude. I feel the passion within his music. And till this day, I would love to sit down or video him in or just talk to him. So things like that. So I didn't really have necessarily a mentor or a role model that I would be like, oh, I just want to be like them. I did meet Angie Martinez at a very young age. I was about 14 years old. And she was just super dope and very open and very real. Um, and she was like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, I'm already doing what I do. Like, you know what I mean? And it's so crazy because, at 14 years old, you're just like, damn, I'm still doing what I'm doing. But now actually on providing a platform, on a platform. And it's just crazy. You know what I mean? It's just like a wow moment for me. Like, damn, like I just dropped a new podcast. Well, my first podcast. Everybody always thought I was a podcast, but I'm not. But now I have a podcast, whatever. And I shared like, my mother always encourages to be myself and do what I want. And here I am still doing what I want to do.
Mm.
So Toy, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel, I guess, about podcasting versus vodcasting? Because you've been doing the video interviews for so long. Do you feel like there's any much difference with the podcasting now?
Well, I'm used to more of a visual live broadcast, which is more like of a TV. Everything's live streaming now, whether it's Netflix, Hulu, and all that. And, my show is just right up there as well, on a platform with linear streaming. But podcasting is more intimate. It's sometimes it's just between you and a mic. And I feel like I'm not editing any of my podcasts. I don't edit anything. I am fully capable and technical to edit. It's actually one of my greatest skills. But for who I am and what I do, whether I get tongue twisted or slip up, like I wouldn't edit anything. So podcasting, I know at your fingertips, you could kind of trim and take things out. And the same, I'm treating it the same way I go live. And I mentioned that as a disclosure or disclaimer on my first podcast, my first episode. I called the episode intro or episode. No, I'm sorry, unscripted introduction. And it's just like freestyling, you know. I guess it just depends on everybody. For me, I'm gonna treat it the same way, but how I feel about it, it's more intimate.
Okay. And so as a rapper, right? For me, though my first recording studio experience was at the age of 13, it didn't begin for me there. And where it began for me was the radios with the built-in mics. I'd have the boombox that that took CDs, and I'd place it right next to the radio. So I would it would be radio, boombox, little radio, built-in mic, and me, like how you see me now, with
Right.
my notebook. That's how I did my demo tape.
That's dope.
So I say that to ask this: though your journey began young, what was your demo interview?
So,
Like, was it the Barbie and Ken? Was you
man,
was
first
you
of
being
all,
Jerry Springer? Like, what was
I'm
your
traumatized
demo
with
interview?
Barbies. And you can thank my brother for that. I used to play with cars, but I did have dolls and all that. But I had two older brothers. My interviews were my family. I would ask my mom questions, my brother questions. I was probably really annoying. I used to have those microphones that echo,
Oh,
like the
okay.
ones you get in a kids meal. And then I don't know how. I guess my mom bought it for me. It was the Play School cassette player with the little mic.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's everyone's starter mic.
And so that's considered my secondary mic. It's like, I'm kidding. And my mom always had like things like around karaoke and all that. But I know it's everybody's definitely starter mic.
Baby Beluga.
I used to sing on that thing. I used to tell stories. I used to say rhymes and interview. I'll interview my family and friends. I don't remember interviewing like a stuffed animal or
So,
like,
Mr. Bear, you just gonna stay silent all day?
Yeah, would you like interview like
I
Mr.
used to have
Bear?
a bear. I used to call him Manuel.
Wow.
And I love that bear, but I don't remember talking to him or interviewing him. He definitely deserved the interview, though. I love that thing.
Yo, can you imagine though inside Tori's Playhouse what the stuffed animals really gotta say?
The reveal all my secrets.
All the secrets.
Dang.
Like she used to wet the bed at night.
I
Stuff
don't
like
remember,
that.
but I was potty trained at 10 months old. And I don't remember ever like
Oh, you fancy.
maybe when I was like 3 or 4, but other than that, like I was really thankful, like very disciplined. So yeah, my bedwetting days were cut short.
You have crazy bladder control then.
I know, but if you guys this is totally like off topic, but for health purposes, when you gotta go, just go. Don't hold it in. It could definitely affect your health
Yep.
in the long run. Just a disclaimer, disclosure, whatever. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
Look, we even give you health tips on the season finale of Quarantine&rap. Boom.
There you go. There you have it. So you said that your love for music is not genre based. So all right, what were your all right, how do I ask this? Who were your go-to artists in the 90s?
In the 90s.
Oh.
So again, I had older siblings. In the 90s, I used to love the Tribe Called Quest, Blackstreet. I would listen to Coolio.
Wow, Gangsta's Paradise.
Oh my God,
Dangerous Minds.
I was like 7, I think, and my first own CD that it wasn't a hand me down. It wasn't given to me. It was like my first own CD was the Dangerous Minds soundtrack.
That's crazy.
And mind you, it says explicit, and I was like, no, this is what I want. I've seen this movie a million times. I love that whole sound. I still know that whole soundtrack probably by heart.
That's wild.
And it depends too. Carlos Santana. I listened to a lot of freestyle and house music as well in the 90s.
So what's better? 90s house and freestyle or today's freestyle and house?
Well, today's freestyle and house, they added a little like electro, like EDM, like a little now that has the I hear it in my head, so I'm just like so I definitely love EDM music as well. I even listen to techno, as a kid. So now the house and the freestyles is kind of like a mixture of a little bit of everything, but again, I'm open to all music, so I do listen to today's house music as well and freestyle.
And
different.
So what would your if you can travel back in time to create a music playlist? Because back then there was mixtapes and burning. So if you could travel back in the time to be like, hey guys, listen to this playlist I put together, what would your 90s playlist be? Or what would it consist of?
It would be bipolar. you know, when I do a lot of road tripping, and I love road tripping. I would drive across the states, you know. And even to this day, my playlist is crazy. It's so crazy. So I'm thinking about my today's playlist, you know, and I have artists that had probably one hit. What is it called?
One
One
hit
hit
wonder.
wonders.
One hit wonders. There you go. And I have artists that, oh man, right here, even in my playlist, like it's so crazy. I have salsa. I love salsa. That's like one of my top preferred genres next to jazz. So it's like salsa, because salsa is jazz, I guess. Yeah. So it's like salsa slash jazz. That's like my preferred pick. When I'm road tripping, I listen to a lot of rock music. And then old school hip hop, rap, and all that. I pull up a whole performance. So like if I go through to answer your question, oh my God, this is my recently played music, okay?
Right.
And it's mostly old school. So that's why I'm bringing it up to have my 90s playlist. Well, this is kind of new, but let's see. I have Fulanito, freestyle. La Bouche. I could never say that. I have Sean Paul.
Ooh.
Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
Anthony Santos.
Okay.
Bachatero.
Eric Clapton.
Okay.
Have T-Pain, Tory Lanez, Jerry Rivera, Meek Mill, some pop music.
That is quite the playlist.
Oh, here's a good one. Color Me Bad.
I wanna thank you.
These are just
So nice.
recents. I have Chris Stapleton,
Wow.
The Weeknd,
Yes.
Monchi, like oh my gosh, I'm getting tongue twisted. Monchi y Alexandra, Carlos Santana, Future, El Alfa, Ty Dolla $ign, Roddy Rich, Future, French Montana, Fabulous. Well, I had more 90s, but I guess I've been in a different mood. I have Metallica.
Yo, that is one crazy playlist.
Yeah.
It definitely is bipolar.
So my 90s playlist, I have Headstrong by Trapped, Linkin Park. Oh, that was my people, man. Three
Linkin
Doors
Park.
Down. So this is all the recent music I recently listened to within like this week, I guess. So yeah, Becky G, Calle Tres.
Wait. Tori,
Yeah.
if you were stuck on a deserted island and you had to play one album from your playlist to keep you alive on this island, only one album, but which album would it be to save your life?
Probably one of the Fabulous albums because I love his album. What is that album? Loso's Way.
Oh, okay.
That album I could vibe out to, or Oasis with J Balvin and Bad Bunny. That's a great album. I could vibe to the whole album. Becky G's album, I could vibe to that whole thing from start to end. Yeah, I don't know who else.
Nah, that's crazy. That's real crazy. Tori, you had mentioned that you went to school with people who are independent artists. How do you feel being a New Jersey native? How do you feel about the New Jersey hip hop scene?
It's definitely underrated. There's so much talent and so much freaking lyricism and lyrics. You know, they say Jersey don't support Jersey, but fuck that. Sorry, excuse me. Oh my god.
Nah, talk your shit.
But like, no,
Talk your shit, beloved.
Talk dirty. Talk your shit.
Ooh.
I'm like a trucker. But anyway, you know, forget about who's not supporting, who's supporting you, whatever. You know. And it's unfortunate that Jersey artists, not all of them, sometimes they lose their vision or they get discouraged or just real life stuff happens and they have to focus on working and all that. Like, I get it. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. I know how it is. Like, you have to reinvest, put in your own money before you can start making money. Like, I get it. But there's a lot of talent in Jersey. And unfortunately, sometimes it goes to a waste. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, stop being a waste of talent. Like, pursue your pursue yourself. And don't worry about a Jersey audience. Worry about the West Coast. Worry about the other states, New York, I don't know, Delaware. Think of everywhere random, you know? My audience is everywhere, not just Jersey. So,
And like but aside, because there's things that I see, but you know, in your opinion, what is like maybe the most constant issue that New Jersey artists, not so much hip hop artists, but like overall, like what is the one issue you know, like you see New Jersey artists dealing with?
themselves. I think they're in their own way. They get discouraged easily. You know, I think it's just themselves.
Do you think that a lot of these artists out here um
Are capping
they
their actual streams?
no, not only that, because that happens everywhere, but is in regards to following the sheep,
Okay, following the leader, following the sheep.
like following like, oh, because these artists blew up a SoundCloud and they sound like this, then I have to do it.
Mm. I see what you're saying. I think artists should be themselves. And of course, you could watch other artists do whatever they're doing and maybe apply that to you, but apply your own formula to it. Oh, wait, so and so's on SoundCloud. I'm gonna get on SoundCloud. You know, whatever. SoundCloud's a bad example. Spotify. Okay, so and so's on Spotify. Let me put myself on Spotify, but I'm gonna add my own formula, my own sound, my own lyrics, my own chemistry, and I'm gonna do it with good intentions, with great intentions to pursue my music, not to try to compete with so and so or not trying to sound like so and so. Like just because that worked for that person doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. So continue being authentic and be yourself. And fine, you see other artists using DistroKid or whatever, fine, it might work for you. Try it, but do it with your own formula, with your own self, your own authentic self.
And if you could put 10 to 15 talented artists, hip hop, R&B, pop, reggaeton, reggae, if you could put a class of 10 to 15 talented artists who are about to take that next step, what would you tell? And we're talking about conflicted issues as far as what direction to go in. Should they follow the sheep? Like, what would you actually tell every, like, you had about 2 or 3 minutes just to give them something that they can take with for the rest of their journey. What would you tell them?
Wow, so some gems. I love dropping gems. So if you're about that next step, first of all, you should be registered as a business. You are a business. You know, make sure you copyright your music. Sign up to be sure you get paid your royalties. You know, you can sign up for BMI ASCAP, you know, and take yourself serious. You know, when you're doing features, when you're doing all this, make sure you have your paperwork for your music. What does that mean? Oh, the song, you have a ghostwriter or a songwriter is cool. Nothing's wrong with that. But make sure you do your paperwork correctly so everybody could get their royalties. You don't run into legal issues. You own your own stuff. Ownership. Creative rights. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started.
Nah. Talk your shit, because my thing is with artists is that you see some artists dropping a song every 2 weeks or every week.
Every
And
2 weeks.
you
Talk about
you
every
don't
few days.
you don't ever think for a second, I'm like, yo, like, is this person copyrighting their music? Is this person registering with ASCAP? Are they even registered with ASCAP BMI? Are they just releasing music? They're putting it on SoundCloud. Are they getting paid for them streets? Are they getting royalties? Why is it not on Tidal? Why is it not on Spotify? Why is it not on Apple Music? So this is everything. And my thing is like, this is perfect because this is what this whole thing is about. It's for the artists. So it's like, you guys
got me so like my passion, my heart is like,
yeah, no, like
emotionally for a second.
Like these artists, they need to copyright their music. They need to register their music.
It's not even that expensive.
It's not. It's not. It's cheaper for them to upload it to DistroKid for a week's release, but they're not going through the channels. Hell, when I copyrighted my first project, I literally watched the whole video on YouTube just to make sure that I did step by step the correct way. There's videos for these things.
Use your resources. There's a lot of resources. There definitely is, and this is why I don't manage artists. I mean, I have managed artists just to help them, and I gave them that disclosure, like, listen, I'm gonna manage you, I'm gonna help you, you're gonna do this, and you continue with the same formula. I can't. You're right. Use your resources. And it's good that you watched it from beginning to end. One, you see where that, make sure you did everything correctly, and two, that's like achievement right there that you just watched.
Hell yeah! When I got my envelope in the mail from the copyright office, I was hella happy. I'm like, here it goes. So like, what I mean, aside from that, like what other like drop those gems, like these people, like artists need to hear this.
I don't know if you saw my story a few days ago, and it was just like I was annoyed, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna just drop. I have music, and I have music on producers I was friends with, and on my like clouds or whatever, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just drop some music as an example, and I'm gonna get a little check in the mail because I'm gonna do it correctly, and I'm gonna show y'all as an example. That's where the artist got me right now. Like, I'm not an artist but when I'm in my feelings, I got bars. Like, when I'm in my feelings, I got shit to say. So I'm just like, yo, I'm just gonna take something I have or have something that I already written, and I'm gonna put it out there. You know? And last year, I mean, I was working with a few people, for them to fully upgraded top of the line equipment, studio, multi-million-dollar studio. So I was like, all right, let's play with it. You know? So I had the experience, good equipment, great engineers, and we were just having fun. I was like, yo, if I drop any of that, let's do our paperwork. Let's just have fun with it. And I'm going to do it as an example, because a lot of artists don't get it. Like, I drop gems for free all the time, and they don't understand, like, dude, ownership. I turned down 3 reality TV shows in the past year and a half. Why? Because they wouldn't allow me to still do my vibe to vibe. I had to be dedicated to them. That's one. 2, they owned me for a year, even though, what is it called? The pilot only takes 3 weeks to film. They can extend that up to a year unpaid, not having it. And I can't do vibe to vibe. I can sacrifice 3 weeks. I'm not even going to front. I can sacrifice 3 weeks with not doing vibe to vibe. But a whole year, and I don't own creative rights? No, thank you.
So what would you need? So what would be the perfect deal for Tori that would benefit Tori and Vibe to Vibe?
That I own my own stuff. And, if I not only own my own stuff, allow me to continue doing my business and my platform. Also, when you air it and people are replaying it and it's done off of cable TV and it's going on to streaming, I want my royalties. Or I want a good enough, something. And I'm down for experiments. I'm so lying. Experience. I'm down for an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on MTV's Girl Code. They only paid me for the day or for the scene, whatever. And I was okay with that. But now for ongoing recording, it's a little different. And who knows? My mind might change in a few years or a few months, But I still want to be able to do vibe to vibe. That's all.
Where do you see Vibe to Vibe going, especially after this whole crazy year? Like, we know you're giving opportunities to artists, playlisting opportunities. You got Ray and a Tesla that we still can't stop talking about. Like,
I was in the Tesla the other day, boy.
Oh,
I saw a Tesla today, right? And they told me, I asked the guy, I'm like, yo, can I just sit in your car a minute so I can see this music video? Mind you, me and Ray had this conversation like 2 days ago. The guy told me to get the fuck out of his face. I was like, all right, at least I tried.
No, go to the dealership. Um,
Uh,
what? So for
Lati-
Vibe to Vibe, okay, so Vibe to Vibe has been on UNTV and Roku TV for the last going on 6 years. And where do I see it going? You know, I'm always iffy with that question because I might just one day wake up and say, yeah, I'm over Vibe to Vibe. Time for something new. You know, before Vibe to Vibe, I had 2 other brands. And it's just like I aborted them. Like I was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. Something needs to change. And then Vibe to Vibe was created and born, and it was just that's it, you know. And I mean, I'm gonna start bringing in. I'm really good at producing and engineering. I'm very talented in a lot of different and skilled in a lot of different areas. I'm okay with other hosts, so I'm gonna be given other opportunities. We used to accept interns from the colleges, because I have the credentials to for students to come and do internships, and I might open that back up. Um, yeah, I don't know. Vibe to vibe, I'm just going with the flow, going with the vibe, and it's right where it's supposed to be right now.
so you don't see yourself going like national television?
Well, what do we consider national television?
Um,
Like,
if we go back to terrestrial, like the if we go back to the terrestrial version of what national TV is, we're talking about like worldwide, like Regis and Kelly type of thing. Do you feel like Vibe to Vibe could become like maybe like a nightly show that you have the same format you have now, but all over and like like country wise?
well, we already are international. We have a lot of international viewers already. And I mean, I've had people from Greece, from
Yeah,
Romania. Oh yeah, you're Greek.
yeah.
I have Greek family, so it's it's pretty exciting. So I do have another channel and another platform, Vibe to Vibe Latino. But I also have I have viewership from Turkey. I have viewerships from France. You know, and it's just like we already are hitting global countries, and I've always been exposed to those countries, and they were actually my first real supporters, people from other countries. You know, um, Vibe to Vibe. I would love to grow with the Universe Network Television. We have a great relationship, a great partnership, and I mean whatever evolves from there. You know, I don't know because I already have it worldwide. I already have that audience. You know, so from the future from now, I guess maybe. Well, I already have multiple locations. I don't know. I don't really have anything set. You know, for the future. It's just what I know, what I already have, and from there just to expose, you know, other artists to each other, other talents to each other, skilled creators.
And what is something about if what a, what advice can you give someone who's getting into virtual streaming?
Like kind of what we're doing now, like video
Yeah,
testing and all that.
someone who wants to create maybe well in a original form the next Vibe to Vibe TV, like someone who wants to create, like who's inspired by you and is like, yo, why don't I bring Rap City the Basement virtually? Like, what advice can you give someone who wants to?
So Vibe to Vibe in the very beginning used to, yes, we had the mixers, we had the mics, but it used to be on a couch. And it used to have that whole, I'll throw up a throwback picture, and that was what Vibe to Vibe was. And it was dope. You know, it was just like that. I had performers, I had people performing, freestyling, rapping. I did, which I'm bringing back, by the way, the ciphers. It was always amazing, always great vibes. And yeah, so that's what everybody used to say, like, yo, this reminds me of Big Tig in the Basement and this and that. I'm like, I didn't think of that, but you know what? I did spend a lot of time watching it, and that's where I unconsciously got it from, maybe, like, or maybe that's what I envisioned or pictured, and I was just like, oh shit, you know, cool. For anybody who wants to do anything similar to Vibe or, you know, any video or any type of basement show, whatever, one, just go for it and be, again, authentic. You know, create your brand, create a logo, create a website, register it as a business. Again, I'm all about ownership, you know, and really find your niche. See, me, I'm more diverse, and that's the reason why my last name was like the movement something. It was like 7 years ago. It was like the movement, and then I had like, I don't remember the damn name, but I had this brand, and something wasn't sitting well with me because it wasn't giving the message that I wanted to give. Then I was just, it came to me, vibe to vibe, from genre to genre, from different types of entertainment to different types of entertainment, right? From my vibe to your vibe. And mine is more of a diverse, because I'm so used to being diverse. All my friends are diverse. All my music is diverse. So find yourself. So if you need a diverse name, just create a diverse name, whatever. But find your niche. If it's hip hop, if it's rap, if it's boom bap, if it's old school flows, if it's pop music, rock music, like find yourself and where you're most comfortable. I don't have a comfort zone. Everything's my comfort zone. And that's what it was hard for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'm a hip hop show. No, but I love everything, you know? So
How do you feel about music publications?
Music publications?
Yeah, like Source, Double XL, Hype. Like, how do you feel about like that? Do you feel like that's something that's kind of been lost in the culture?
Well, I don't know. I haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't really been in tune with them for a little bit. But it is part of the journey, especially like my journey. You know, I used to read those magazines, or, you know, if I wasn't allowed to get one, you know, I would go through it while I was in the convenience store or the bodega or whatever, or the supermarkets. You know, they always have it by the register, and I'll kind of like skim through it. And it's just like, when you get older, you realize some of the publications are fake news.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not necessarily so fake, but not correct.
Right.
And as journalists, we fact check. You get me? So, you know, I caught myself reading something the other day, and I just posted something like, yo, be yourself. Stop fact check. Like, hello, I fact check. And it's just like, maybe it's not the publication's error or mistake. It might be the person who they're featuring. You know, I caught someone saying, oh, I personally was hired by such and such celebrity, and I was at their event, and they personally hired me. And I'm like, yo, that's what's up. You know, time goes by. I'm talking to that celebrity, and I didn't even have to bring anything up. Somebody else brought it up. Hey, Tori. Oh, they're looking at my Instagram. How do you know so-and-so? Oh, you know what? I produced for them. You know, I produced some things, whatever. They're like, oh yeah, I don't kick it with them no more. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and me, I'm not nosy. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So then somebody else chimed in. Yeah, he be lying, saying that so he worked for this celebrity, that celebrity, this and that. This is what happened. He was just an opening act for that event.
Mm.
And I was like, oh. Now, that's one time in my career where I failed to fact check because I trusted this person. And now you have me reposting things. You have me get you bookings, paid gigs. And I'm over here telling your story like it's real.
Damn.
Nah, and that's what I get. Like, you know, I'm so loyal to people, and you know, I get it, hyping things up to a certain extent.
Mm.
Nah. So like sometimes it's not the publication's error or, you know, telling fake stories. It's, you know, when you're submitting information. I just did something with KD and his media group, which got me featured on like Fox 5 and NBC, CBS. And I humbly said, thank you to that media group. I didn't
Right.
hype it up like I've seen artists hype it up. That thank you for the interview, CBS and this. No, CBS didn't do an interview. The same way Vibe to Vibe does the interview and features it on Roku TV. Roku TV didn't interview you. You understand? So it's just kind of like that. So this specific artist that would, I got bookings, paid gigs for him, and I was just like, I had to end up being in the same room with the celebrity. It's so crazy. And me, I'm not nosy. I'm not a groupie. I treat you regular. I didn't even care to ask, like, or dig in. Just by that other person chiming in, it just blew up the whole spot.
Damn.
You were just an opening artist and there's nothing wrong. It's a great thing to put on your resume as an artist. Like, hey, I opened up for Migos.
Mhm.
That's dope. You were at the Migos concert and you were one of the opening acts? Yo,
Yeah.
talk about it. I respect that. But don't tell me, yo, Migos hired me to open up for them.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Like, that's what I mean, like hyping things up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like anytime, like I talk about like the whole Joel Ortiz, Styles P, I always give credit to the dude who was running the Blue Room, Tim, because it was him that put the word out, and it was through him that I got on that bill to perform. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Joel Ortiz had me open for him. Nah,
but you did have that experience that you opened for him.
yeah,
But he didn't personally hire you
right.
as a panel. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like sometimes, when you grow up and you get in the industry and you are in the industry, there's a lot of times that I am on the scene, but I don't post it on social media. I don't. I want people to rock with me because of what I do, not because who I'm around and what I do for certain people or one of my clientels. You know what I'm saying? Like, rock with Vibe to Vibe because it's Vibe to Vibe and it's a dope platform. Don't rock with Vibe to Vibe because you see me with all types of celebrities or working with them or producing for them or whatever it is. Like, don't do that. People talk.
Word. And if you can take a total of 8 people, right? 4 independent artists that you know that you like, right? Them 4. Put them across from 4 New Jersey vets. We're talking Tretch, Queen Latifah, Redman, whoever it is, just so that our leaders can guide these independent artists. Who would be your 4 independent artists? Who would be your 4 majors?
Oh, dang. This is a time where Tori's put on the spot.
I would choose lightly. He'll try to dispute it.
Nah. It's not so much a who's better. It's
No.
4 independent artists who got that potential, but might be lacking some type of direction that maybe 4 New Jersey vets, like GOATs, whatever you want to classify them as.
I don't know. The people that I got in mind that are already doing what they're doing, I don't see them like lacking anything.
It could be anybody who you might be like, yo, like he's good, but maybe he just did this in a way. Maybe it might help his career out. It's an uplifting. It's an uplifting.
No, I get it. See, with me, because I'm so open-minded and I'm so understanding, and my platform invites everyone from the range of beginners to experts. So for me, that's a tough question because those beginners that I talk to, I tell them, like, look, you're on the right track. Again, ownership, copyright, register this. If you take my advice, good for you. If you don't, you're going to learn the hard way. You really are. And, I don't really have 4 people to line up and say, like, you could be a little better. Because, I mean, the people that I follow or listen to their music, like, every day I see something new, some new improvement, a new platform they're on. So they're working.
Yeah. Like I've told people, and it's not so much where I would tell them, like, oh, you're doing this wrong, because your moves are your moves. But I've been like, yo, like, like you do know like through DistroKid, and I don't know about TuneCore because I don't use it, but I use DistroKid. I'm like, if you set your release maybe about like 3 weeks to a month before the release, you can submit it early to playlist, right? Because sometimes like I've seen that person upload after upload, and it's like maybe you can submit it to playlist before it even comes out, right?
Right.
It's more like yo, like maybe if you did it like this, your song might get put on other playlist.
Right.
Because if you just upload it and then 2 months from now the total numbers is 36, I mean, eventually if people start gravitating towards your music, then they'll look into your catalog.
Right.
But 36, don't you want to get at least $1 off your music?
No,
Like, it's one thing to love it, because I love music before anything, but think of all the time the money you spent in sessions or leasing a beat, paying for studio time, having to pay for more studio time because maybe you have to go right back into the song. Maybe if you just uploaded your song maybe a month before it's released, you might have a chance. Because one of my songs is like over 56,000 plays, and that's all organic numbers. And that's because I uploaded it like 2 months before it's released and submitted it to, early, so that once it comes out, it's automatically placed.
Yeah, so just to piggyback on that, just like I noticed like somebody dropped they dropped a project, and I'm like, wait, I heard this before. Where did I hear this? And they're like, yo, Tori, I dropped it a month and a half ago just to get the plays going. So I'm like, I knew this song. I know this song by heart. Matter of fact, it's on my playlist. It's on my when I road trip. And I do have I have set different playlists from underground artists, independent artists, as well. So then I'm like, wait, I've heard this before. And then I'll send them a screenshot like, I told you. And it's dope. There's times that I've been to live shows and I'm there vibing out. They're like, Tori, how do you know this song? How does everybody know this song if he just dropped it? I'm like, it's just been out. He's already getting plays on it.
Perfect that you say that, right? And this is a problem that I've been having when submitting my music to like people for playlisting, radio. An issue that I come across, and it only really happens with hip hop because I don't know about it happening with any other genre, is that people like to put an expiration date on music. If something came out 4 months ago and you just heard it yesterday and it's probably the hottest song you heard all year, does it take away from the song because it came out 4 months ago?
Oh God.
So the issue that I have,
why you saying God?
Because I've said this to her, but it's not. But my problem is like people putting an expiration date on music. If it's new to you but old to me, then why should it not get heard if it's still relevant?
I said it.
Somebody just held up. I mean, I don't have. You see we talked about my playlist, right? There's things on there that came out before I was even born.
Right.
And I'm 31 years old. So I don't think music expires. And matter of fact, I have on my playlist some music, the music video playlist. Sorry, I got tongue twisted. Hashtag music TV is not dead. That's my campaign. And I had a music video on there. Like, for example, Polo. Artist, dope. And I'm vibing out to this. I jump on YouTube. I'm doing some things here. And I see that he dropped this like 2 years ago. I was like, what? This is dope. And I'm rocking out to it. I got Chad B, Miss My Dogs up there. And that came out maybe 2019-ish. Maybe 2018, give or take. I'm not too sure. And I still vibe to it. And I didn't notice how much time has passed, and it was crazy because he shot it in Cali and I spent a lot of time in California, and we were there during the same time as he was filming. I was doing my thing, and it was just like, dang, when he dropped that, we were both on the West Coast. That's pretty cool, like things like that. But I believe even that music video is like from 2019, 2018. You know what I mean? So I don't think it has an expiration.
For a
And
perfect example, Fetty Wap, Trap Queen was being pushed and performed what? How long before it actually blew up?
I feel like that was 2 years, give or take. I could be wrong. Um,
Like it had a little age on it
it
before it
did.
blew up.
No, I there was another song that I was like shocked that it was that old, and it might have been like 2 years old before they actually like started dropping it and becoming a hit. You know,
Yeah, they
music
actually
video.
there's been this video floating around of Erica Badu singing one of her songs before it blew up. And it's like, when people ask for music and you send them something, it's like, oh, it can't be no more than 3 months old. Why is that?
Well, I
Like,
never
I
had.
think
I don't do
that's
that. But
extremely
I've
corny.
heard like other radios like, oh, is it just released? Did you just drop it? They think, and well, I shouldn't assume, but I'm gonna guess that they probably think they want their first dibs on new music. You
So
get what
that's highly impossible.
So, for example, there's people that come on my show and then somehow they're dropping a song that's scheduled to release 6 months from now. Like, Tori, I have to give you this. I want you to be the first player. We're going to play it right now. And I'm like, no, we can wait. And they're like, no, you have to play it. I was like, I love exclusives. So now when they go on the little interviews, yeah, the first time I dropped that was 6 months prior. Shout out to Tori. Tori played it. I put her on the spot. And then, you know what I mean? Like, that's dope. So being able to be the person to drop an exclusive track, it's freaking dope. But
And what's dope about that is that I think that that's something that's been lost along the way, because
oh,
you're probably the first person in a very long time to say that you would play an exclusive before it comes out, because every other time is send me the link to send me the SoundCloud or YouTube link. It has to be no more than 3 months old,
oh
and
no,
it's
I
just
don't
like,
have that.
what?
First of all, do you hear my playlist? I listen to things that were from the 70s. Like, come on, like no. And that's where people, why limit? Why put a limit? I get it. Like, have your structure, but if the song's a year old, it's a year old. There's this artist. We used to be really good friends. And childhood. We used to make music together. I used to do beats, right? But I love that artist. Like, super lyrical. Till this day, I will put in a CD, like a physical CD, into whatever. I still got CD player or whatever. But like, I will put it in and vibe out and rap, and it's just crazy. Like, he's a dope lyricist. He changed up his genre. Now he's into like pop. And I'm like, yo, I will never forget, like, you that gangster lyricist, you know what I mean? Like, I still play that. And that person, he's been through some life changes. And I'm like, yo, if you were to release this music today, it's still a hit. We were all chilling in my studio office, and we just happened to vibe out. Somebody hit me up, hey, Tori, I need to come through. I need something notarized. I'm a notary, by the way. And I'm like, okay, come through.
What do you not do, Tori?
Do you walk on water?
Do you
Let me know.
And I actually walk on my hands.
I'll look for a puddle nearby.
So, he came through to get paperwork notarized for his artist, actually. They were like binding a contract. Cool, whatever. And I looked at my childhood friend, which we used to make music back in the day together. Fast forward, he's still an artist. And I'm like, you want me to turn it off? He was like, nah. I was like, I'll bet you $50 they're going to want to know who this is. So time goes by and they're like, the hook comes back on. They're saying the hook. I'm rapping the whole song. I'm like, damn, Tori, how you know this song? And I was like, yo, I'm on the intro, of this song. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, let me bring it back. So now we're playing it again. Oh, dang, that's hard. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And they're like, who is that? I got to sign him on my label. A lot of people have independent labels. And I'm like, and he's like, nah, no way, bro. No way. I'm like, that's him. Ask him to drop some bars on top of his head. He still got it to this day, and he won't pursue it. He wants to be that pop, you know. So, hey, I love you as a that lyricist. That pop, you are, you know what I mean?
Right.
And even though, like, you know, I also there's songs that I listen to and I'm like, I might not like it, but you might love it. And don't get discouraged because of my opinion either.
Right.
I will critique you on your voice, the levels. You know, I have it. It's crazy because when I listen to music, I'm breaking down the beat and I'm like, oh, there's a little snare there. There's a little drum there. Like, because I used to make beats back in the day when I was 16 to like 18. I used to make beats. 16, 17 to
And
18.
and she could breathe fire, and she could save the world.
Oh my gosh. But I used to do that for fun. For fun.
Oh, for fun. She used to save the word for fun.
No, I mean making
Oh,
Then I even had it on my PlayStation.
damn.
Oh, you a PlayStation person? Wait. Favorite game on the PlayStation?
What year?
Oh, she is
What
a
do you
white
got?
girl.
Girl, I could take you back to Crazy Taxi. What you mean?
What you got? Yo, Tori, I'm gonna just say this. Can I just take you home? Like, please, you need someone to really take care of you, girl. Like, forget all these losers.
Do you get massages?
Yo, I give massages. I'll cook for you. I'll clean. I do photo shoots.
So if I drop a plate, what are you gonna say?
I'll pick it up and clean it for you. Never say a word.
Not doing it. You gotta say Oppa.
All right, fine. I'll say Opa, but then I'll clean up the mess.
I told you I'm a little geeked out.
Hey, listen, man, I gotta take you to a good Greek spot over here if Ray ever wants to get his ass to New York too.
Hey.
I don't know how I feel about this quarantine and Corona.
Listen, we could all hide in headquarters.
But I'm down. Oh, congratulations on your studio.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm waiting for your loveliness. You know.
I know it's you up, but I'm just like, you know, a lot of people.
Oh no, I feel you, especially with phase 2 coming up. Like I told everyone, like, you know, I don't let everyone in, obviously, but I know like people like Ray that's always inside.
I'm always inside.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're always inside now. Because now
before, first of all, I'm like a bear. I hibernate. I'm like Patrick. I live under a rock. Like, although I do a lot of outings or appearances at events and stuff, even before COVID, like I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
I'm a germaphobe. Like, no.
Oh no, I love being more at home now. To tell you the truth, like I always have to work out. I always used to have to work outside, so getting used to being like from home and like pretty much developing everything, right? Because I knew there was a way you could do it from home, and COVID definitely showed that to all of us.
Oh yeah.
You know, a lot of people are like, Tori, how are you adjusting? Are you okay? Like, I'm very big on mental health. Mm-hmm. And two, I've been through a lot of health issues, you know, so, you know, I try to focus on myself. I'm a creator that would literally go without eating 2 days straight because I'm such a crazy creator. Like, being a creator, and I don't know if you could relate, and sometimes you're like, 10 hours went by. I didn't even drink a sip of water, you know, and I was neglecting myself, and not intentionally. It's just, I just get so hyped up. I'm my own hype woman. Like, literally, I be hyping myself up. Like, oh, that's dope. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And it just be me. I don't care. Like, I celebrate myself and my achievements, and I'm a very
you
spiritual.
should. Why not?
Huh?
But why not celebrate yourself if you work hard?
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, don't wait for somebody else to validate you. Like, no, this isn't, your career is not based on Instagram. It's not based on Facebook being, what is it called, that blue check mark. Like, why are you waiting to be validated? You can validate yourself.
Like, I think I was telling Ray, like, especially at the beginning of the quarantine, he was talking about, well, how am I going to do this, right? And I'm like, yo, there's plenty of ways to market yourself as an artist, and it's not just through making music. And before you can see the value of yourself, not just as an artist, but as an overall person, then you're really just good to go. Because I know for a fact Ray would never have pictured back in, let's say, 2014, tactical that he's going to be sitting here in 2020, having a successful launch of his EP, but now he has his own merch store. He has everything like
Right, which is dope. By the way, your logo's dope. I like that. I was looking at it
Thank you
today.
so much.
I mean, I felt like 2020. I'm very spiritual, first and foremost. I'm a very spiritual person. I grew up Buddhist, and I believe in karma, and I believe in everything you put in, you get. You'll get paid. You'll get rewarded. I felt like 2020 was the year of the creators, and I said it. And quarantine is unfortunately the best time for you to grab people's attention. They're bored. They're losing their minds at home. They're running out of things to watch on streaming apps, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. So these artists that are still working and putting in the time to create music and pursue it, you have their attention more now than ever. And I mean, yeah, quarantine sucks. Everything sucks. Corona sucks. COVID sucks. Whatever. But it's the year. It's still the year of the creator. And 2021, obviously, there's gonna be a second phase.
the year of the execution. And I don't mean the bodies. I mean the plans.
Right. No, I know what you. That was very well worded. So I feel like, yeah, like you don't know, but you should also be prepared. Like, I'm an artist. I can perform on the spot anywhere, whether it's over the phone. Oh, this record calling me. Okay, these are my bars. La la la. Oh, you want to Zoom? You put our music. This is a labradorite, by the way.
Oh, I'm on a dance. A big ass crayon.
It's a stone.
It's a pretty stone.
It's a stone for your third eye. I just got like bad spiritual for a minute. Oh my god. But what's it called? Yeah, like you're a creator. You're right now is the best time. It sucks for a lot of people, and you're part of the reason why people are mentally healthy. You keep their mind going, listening to new lyrics, new music. I'm a big person with mental health. I go through my own daily demons sometimes, and it's just like being a creator is a way to escape that. Being a music lover is a way to listen to new music and artists, whether it's old music or new music.
Right.
Tori, you think people are going to start getting on the broadcasting wave? Like now that they see the stuff like Facebook and everything is turning them down because of music copyrights, even though they're allowing people to perform on Facebook and get paid. Like, do you still feel like broadcasting to an external channel is still going to be the way to go now?
Well, with technology is always developing, with software is always updating and providing new types of linear service. It's like, why not? Everybody's broadcasting now, whether it's a show, a podcast, music, performing. Everybody just wants to talk now. Word. And it's mostly because they have nothing else to do, and they're like, listen, I have a valid opinion and I'm here to give it. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of increase in broadcasting, whether they're an artist or someone regular like myself.
You ain't regular. Stop that.
And I think that's kind of thank you.
And I'm just saying.
Thank you.
So going into 2021, what is in the, are there any plans for Tori Indeed and Vibe to Vibe?
I'm more of a let it flow type of thing. I do a lot of planning, and it's still applying the same formula that I have and the same methods that I have. I kind of spend less time on social media and more time producing and doing things. I think I just that's hard to tell. Because I'm the type of person, like, I believe in myself and I trust myself. Tomorrow I might wake up and say, you know what? I'm going to keep Vibe to Vibe as a music playlist, and I don't want to be the face of it. I don't want to host it no more. And that just might be tomorrow. And I'll be okay with my decision. You know, I never regret anything. So for me to like tell future things, it's like I know the future has great things for me. I have a lot of great things coming. Vibe to Vibe is gonna be in a lot more places than where it is now. And you know, because of agreements, I'm sorry, MDAs, which is a mutual disclosure agreements. You know, I signed these contracts where I cannot talk about certain things, and that's
Right.
something artists should do. You know, when you're or a business owner, make sure you have your agreements, whether it's a CDA, a NDA, a MDA. Like, make sure you familiarize. I don't know if I'm saying that right. With
Familiar, right?
yourself, yourself with these kind of documents where it's a confidential. Like you and Ray may already have one, a mutual agreement where hey, let's keep this between us, and that's it. But you could actually have that in contract, a mutual disclosure, a non-disclosure agreement, a confidentiality agreement. You know what I mean? So these are like really good things to
Right, check your
I
email.
don't know why I can't even say that. To get familiar with it. So familiarize. Jesus. But I do know Vibe to Vibe has a lot of great things coming. And I just stay, you know, I can't really say much right now, but I'm really excited for what's coming.
Ray, can I ask my last question? I'm even raising my hand.
Oh, go ahead. Ask away.
Yo, who be doing your makeup, Tori?
Oh, my makeup artist.
Like, I swear to God, Tori's always look like, I'm not even trying to gas you up, but you always looking on point.
You didn't even ask me who my makeup artist was.
Who your makeup artist?
Me, myself, and I.
Ow!
So you want to know a fun fact?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. So I was that kid that used to do hair on the stoop.
Yeah, like the braiding.
Yep. And in class, I would do everybody's makeup. I used to be in cosmetology, but not what I wanted to do as a career. But I'm really great at doing that.
That's dope.
Yeah. So I used to love having makeup artists on deck. And then when I went to like an awards, and I used a makeup artist, and I don't know if she was trying to sabotage me or not. And I was just like, if I show you this picture, I wish I had it so you could display it. It was a bad experience. And the thing is, like, the same way you know how you like your eggs cooked is the same way how I want my face to look. Like, I want my eyebrows to be a certain way. I like my eyeliner, you know, and it's just like, if you don't know how to do it, just say it. I can teach you. It's cool. But don't make me feel like you were trying to sabotage me. I have an upcoming photo shoot. I'm gonna be doing my own makeup. It's more of like an interior photo shoot with like the people that are on Vibe. There's a lot of people part of Vibe to Vibe. You know, we have photographer, we have a film director, and we have like dope people that are a part of the team. But I'm gonna be doing my own makeup. I don't even know why I hire makeup artists sometimes. Like if I ever get married, I think I'm gonna do my own makeup.
I mean, why not? You save a couple of $100.
Thank you. I mean, sometimes it's just being it's like when you get your hair done at the salon and they're massaging your scalp.
And it feel good.
And you're like, oh my gosh. Like this is the best feeling in the world.
It's amazing.
Sorry, I don't know if you ever had that experience.
I know I have. I don't know about Ray. He got no hair.
Maybe. Nah, but I've gotten a massage before.
Pause.
So
it's like that. Like
no. You see, it's not that, Katie. I've gone to an actual massage place, and I've gotten a massage. I didn't get a happy ending, but I got a massage. I got a massage. Legit. God. I paid for the damn massage.
I thought you said I paid for the dance.
Shit, nah, I paid for a dance before. Shouts to AJ's. they cleaned my check out.
Ooh, see, yo, my alter ego is to be a dancer.
Yo, I still never been to a strip club, but now we got OnlyFans, so it doesn't make sense anyways.
I have a fans only.
Wait, what?
You have what?
I have a fans only.
You have a fans only?
Wait, is it OnlyFans or fans? Now you know I'm lying because I think I'm saying it backwards.
Yeah, it's OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's OnlyFans.
I was about to say, you making the toe videos with the hats on them?
If that's what's paying my bills right now, I just might be tempted.
Yo, believe it or not, people pay to look at feet. So if your feet are looking like God's greatest gift, then make that money.
Like on Snapchat, I used to be ratchet a little bit, and I used to dance. Like not dance like
twerk.
someone holding my video. Oh, I could twerk and all that, of course. But like, I'll keep that more into like if it's us in a group in a room chilling, and obviously I vibe with you guys. So Ivy, Katie, aka with a lot of AKAs.
Mm-hmm.
I got it all.
I would probably like start dancing with you. Like I love dancing. Like that's me. So on Snapchat, it used to be like, damn, Tori, like you're a whole different person on Snapchat. I'm like, yo, I'm just dancing, having fun. We had a birthday showcase. I came out on stage twerking, like, and I did it more like as a goofy like thing in me. And then it was just like, oh, Tori, I didn't know you could move like that. I'm like, hold up, you guys trying to play me low key? Like,
That's your old That's your old nemesis from high school trying to get you back.
Yo, you and I.
I knew it.
Like, oh, she thinks you don't get away with this one. I'm gonna test her again.
It's
So
step up all over again.
Trying to catch me slipping.
Tori, as this comes to a close, I got 2 questions. One main question and one more of an advice type of question. Before I can ask that, being someone who gets a kid and play on, who's not genre specific, genre specific.
Gender specific?
That came out
As
wrong.
a woman, and I'm a woman, but I'm not knocking anyone who.
Being a music lover, were you a CD player type of person,
I love my.
or were you a cassette tape?
I love my cassette tapes.
First cassette tape you ever got?
Ooh.
I love my cassette tape. You know why? Because I was that little girl that used to steal my brother's cassette player, and I finally was able to get one. My parents bought me one. Again, it was a play school one, but whatever. I still did this job, and I had a Sony one, and it was just like, it was one of those gifts, like the best gifts in the world. Like I had my own cassette player, and then I had those headphones, obviously, that would kind of a little bulky. And then you got then eventually it changed to like the little ones that go in your ear. But that was like the best gift ever. And I had so many cassettes. I still have.
First cassette you ever listened to?
That was where I wish. Tomorrow I'm going to show you all my cassettes. Boxes of cassettes.
Damn.
And they still work. And the thing is, like, I would, the ones that I didn't like, I would re-record over them, whatever.
Put the
But
tape
like,
over the corners.
I love my walkie-talkie. My walkie-talkie, my Walkman.
Damn.
Oh man.
All right, so final question before the sign out. Tori, I am giving you the floor right now.
Oh Lord.
To drop maybe what you deem is one of the most important gems that you can drop for anybody pursuing any type of industry related career.
I'm going to say, I kind of mentioned it already, but when you're sharing your ideas with someone and they kind of shut you down, just end the conversation right there. Don't even talk no more. And go and register it as a business. Because, and I'm really big on that, I've been a business owner since I was 18 years old. The day I was 18, I was already registering things that I wanted to register. I've been a notary since I've been 18 years old. So with that being said, is the moment you have that idea and you really want to pursue it seriously, and even if you start sharing it with people and they shut you down, ignore them. That either means, one, you're onto something really good and they're trying to shut it down. And even if it's not real good and it's not perfect yet, because I'm a perfectionist, still go online, get an EIN number. It's free with the IRS. That's like your business social. Then when you come up with $125, yes, only $125. And depending if you want more certificates, so it can range from $125 to $175, whatever. Register as an LLC or the type of entity that fits best for you within the descriptions. And that's the number one thing. If you're an artist, a creator, anything. You represent a business. Tori and D is one business, Vibe to Vibe is another. Two separate businesses, but I'm cross promoting. You know what I'm saying? There's people that want to book just Tori and D and not Vibe to Vibe. There's people that want to book Vibe to Vibe to do live broadcast or produce or engineer and do these things. And I'm like, okay, I got you. I don't have to be the person in front of your brand. I'll be the person behind the brand. That's where most of the money is anyway. No problem. But I'm a business owner. And this is where you can write my check out. And this is my, credentials. And you could take that for any type, if you're an artist, a writer, just really focus on yourself and register. Start somewhere. EINs are free. You can get one a day from the IRS.
With that being said, Tori, please let everybody know where they can find you.
They can find me in an undisclosed location. No, I'm kidding.
In the box that she's in right now. That's where they can find her.
I'm sorry?
They can find you in the box you're in right now.
My pad. No, I'm kidding. They can find me on all social media platforms. Tori_Indeed. TORI_Indeed. ToriIndeed.com. Find me on the East Coast, the West Coast. I don't know. That's it. ToriIndeed.com.
Word. So with that being said, Tori, what I'm gonna need you to do right now is head into the backstage area with Katie and just wait for me to finish closing out.
I'll think about it. Sake.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do this.
One last
and
time.
I'm going to ask the wonderful and amazing Katie to
help you.
No, not so much, but let everybody know where they can follow you as well.
So for the one last time on Quarantine and Rap Season 1, and by the way, I'm proud of you for doing this for 13 episodes. I think you did a good job. If y'all think you did a good job, drop some flames, and if not, you're a fucking dub. You'll see us back soon though. Follow us everywhere at Ivy Productions. Follow us on Rawzone at Rawzone NYC. We'll be back, doing the podcast together sometime January, February, whatever we feel like. But you follow, if anything, if you follow Ray, you pretty much follow me because I can't go a day without bothering Ray.
Huh. All right, so Katie, you are free to enter the backstage area.
Do I got to?
Yes, you do.
Fine.
I want to have an intimate one on whoever's watching.
Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for riding along with me during this journey. This all started after once COVID came about, and I was constantly being told you need to work on your engagement. So I figured, what better way to do that than to conversate with other creatives and pick their brain and hope that whoever's watching is able to pull information from there. Quarantine and Rap. I didn't think I'd be doing it like this. Shouts to everybody who was a part of the process. Chris Rivers, LP lyrically poetic from the Eargasm show. Little D, J Rose, Heavy Bags, Valid, Tori and D. That's just to name a few. In case I missed anybody, my apologies. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Season 2 is coming next year. We got some things in the works that's brewing. There will be a special episode coming next month. Just to give you guys an update, make a few announcements and whatnot. And once again, thank you all. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, whatever it is. I thank you all. My whole heart, not even one part of my heart, but the whole heart. The website is up, www.itsraypearson.com. You got music, videos. I got merch. I got a lot of merch. As you can see, I'm rocking one of the pieces right now. With that being said, I thank you all once again and one last time. Season 1 finale, quarantine and rap. Y'all already know. I end the show.